This is a little bit of inside ballpark talk right now, but for those who've been through law school in the United States, you're probably aware that we've been really shifting quite a bit. And it is because of that shift that I even was sought after to become a law professor. But for this shift, I probably would have never stepped a foot into a classroom, at least not on a full-time basis like this. A while ago, the American Bar Association established a new requirement. In order to graduate from an accredited law school in the United States, the graduates need to have had 6 credits of experiential education. And that was because people were finding out that those folks that were coming out of law school were bright, smart, and didn't have the skills to really be practice ready. And so that's what they were trying to address. That is under review right now. And maybe the good news from my point of view is that it looks like the American Bar Association may double that. Now, what does that mean? If it goes to 12 credits, that'll be 1/6 of a law student's experience. That's actually significant because 12 credits is typically what you expect a law student to take at a minimum a semester. So it would be 1 semester of their career in law school would be aimed at experiential education. And therein is the opportunity that I think we need to be ready to respond to, because as these schools have to develop more course curriculum that is experiential, we are very well positioned to say, okay, for those who want to be deal lawyers, let's give you experiences that can show you how to do deals that do good in the world. And that is a real opportunity for us. So, I think it'll show in 3 ways, and it's already showing somewhat in these 3 ways, but I think there's more room to go. First of all, they're transaction clinics. As I said, that's why I was sort of plucked out of the Grameen Foundation and asked to come and start teaching at Michigan. Transactional clinics are still a smaller percentage of law clinic experiences in the United States than litigation-oriented. So I'm a big proponent of more transactional clinics. And I think the transactional clinics are a natural place to do pro bono work for deals that are trying to do good in the world, in entrepreneurs that are trying to do good, investors that are trying to do good. And it can be domestic or international. The second is experiential seminars. And so one of the things that you and I've talked about is I've started creating teaching materials that can be used in experiential seminars. I'm doing that in Paris. I've been doing this with the Microbuild Fund, which is an impact investment fund sponsored by Habitat for Humanity. And those are teaching resources that we're going to be making available for free at the Grennan Center. And I think we really do need to start creating. Maybe it won't be the Harvard of the case study methodology, but case studies started at law school. I think we need to go back to that and say, how can we develop teaching materials for law students that show them how these deals are structured? In the Microbuild Fund case studies, all of the parties allowed us to put the deal documentation out into the public. That was extraordinarily transparent. So that's an example. And then the third place, and this is the one I'm still thinking through, is a lot of experiential education takes place through externships. So that's easy to imagine when you think of a public defender's office or other types of offices where they're mobilizing lots of pro bono litigation support. We don't have quite as many places where you can see people that want to be deal lawyers coming together to amass talent and then push it out into the world. So I think there's some ecosystem work we could be doing to be thinking about how do you develop externships in this space too.